Apollo, gear up to be like,
What?
otherwise, deal. I'll have an entertainment trip to the Guantanamo Bay. New Year's Eve, southern Italy. Warm night air wrapped in jasmine. A soft ukulele drifts through the olive trees. You will wait for a loved one's heart the whole next year, or forever if must, echoing like an aria in opera halls. You're gonna get some freaks dropped in your head right now! Old sofas, chairs, TVs there are tossed out of windows on New Year's Eve. Out with the old, in with the new. Here it's taken literally. Meanwhile, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, folks ring in the new year by chucking old bills, rent reminders, and other paper out of windows. As a cathartic act, they release of the past year's burdens and stresses. I've got an inkling the street cleaners aren't throwing any parties over this tradition.
On New Year's Eve, we feel paper out the window.
Well, paper's like snow. Latin America in winter melts away in heat.
Bruh.
When the Earth is closer to the sun, it's summer. When it's farther away, it's winter. If someone's BS radar blinking red, I deeply regret that they have only one hat to take off to you. The giant impact hypothesis. A very widely accepted theory proposes that a Mars-sized planet hit Earth a long time ago, before I created this channel. The rubble of which in time became our moon. Earth, in turn, has had a permanent 23.5 tilt ever since, which is why different hemispheres receive direct sun rays at different times of the year. Oh, speaking of space, sending anything up there costs even more than a royal wedding's flower budget. Each astronaut is allowed to bring only a tiny carry-on, filled mostly a photo and good vibes. So tell me, why are firearms taken to outer space? If you even had the slightest thought of using it up there, like shoot and open up a hatch, you're off the astronaut list for good. So am I now. Thanks. Back in 1965, landing predictions were guesswork. An emergency landing ended up in the taiga with a rescue team needing days to reach.
Vladimir, I'm sorry if I woke you. No! I don't care if I'm waking you!
Folks from the western US or Canada will back me up. 1 minute it's, oh, teddy bear. The next...
What? 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 Look! That's the big deal?
It's Winnie the Pooh!
Hey, boo-boo. Ow! Come on, tough guy, put him up.
That's not the one I saw.
What?
That's not the one I saw!
Soviet astronauts survived, thank God, since they had a Makarov pistol, which can kill a bear. Only with a headshot. What a relief, my aim is trained. Otherwise, it just injure, which would only enrage, buff the bear. After that episode, the pea shooter was ditched and upgraded to the TP-82 mini shotgun. Today, it's standard practice worldwide. Russian Roscosmos, the International SpaceX NASA, to leave firearms behind. How then you defend yourself against cosmic bears? Easy. Call of Duty in real life, just muted, since sound can't travel in the vacuum of space.
3, 2, 1. It did fire!
The gunpowder inside the cartridge contains its own oxidizer, so it doesn't need external oxygen from the atmosphere to ignite. Plus, pulling the trigger in space, Newton's third law will personally launch you in the opposite direction. So you propel yourself back with gunfire shots back to the space base if you've been ejected. Hey, proceed with caution. Satellites and other orbital objects aren't suspended in true weightlessness. They're in a perpetual freefall toward Earth. Yet their high velocity makes them endlessly misted and stay in orbit. The bullet can circle a planet you'll have to weigh and hit you in the back of the head. At this time, American Gemini 6 suddenly contacted the ground base.
Roger, Houston and Gemini 7, this is Gemini 6. We have an object, looks like a satellite, going from north to south, up in a polar orbit. He's in a very low trajectory, traveling from north to south. Looks like he's trying to signal something.
This, my friends, is December 16th, 1965, the invention of trolling. Jingle bells, jingle bells. I always sing it like this, even though it's the most played song in the world. If it weren't for a happy birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. I might come off as a total doofus, but I always thought Jingle Bells was a modern song. Okay, at most from the 60s, the 50s of the 19th century. Another thing I do wrong, the Christmas tree is meant to be set upside down on a ceiling. Bruh. My whole perception is now upside down. Believe it or not, the original Christmas tradition started out with an upside-down tree. As Bernd Bronner explains, there was simply no space. On top of that, the ceiling had rafters, so hanging it would cinch. Nowadays, it's mostly malls that go for this striking choice to free up more floor space to stuff in more ornament merch. But I personally have a feeling it's just that dads were like, kids! And your mom says I'm an awesome klutz. I did it. Shit's tight, huh?
Awesome klutz.
I'm not ready to say for sure, but maybe this is how this saying started out.
Your Christmas party sucks.
You see a speck in someone else's eye, but miss the log in your own. Picture a Christmas tree barely hanging on like one walks out. The first decorations on a Christmas tree were all sorts of sweets, apples, cookies, instead of garlands, candles, with open flames licking dry pine branches.
Ray, do me a favor, back that engine out, we got a knockdown. Okay. It's negatory, Julio, I need you to wedge that popper. Yep. Hey! Hey! What's your name?
Joe. John.
What is it?
Joe John.
Name's Joe John?
Johnston. Joe.
You want to tell me what happened here?
There's a fire.
Why aren't you wearing your pants, Joe?
Electric Christmas lights lit the scene in 1882, a mere 3 years after Edison lit the world with his bulb. Literally their first pitch. You might not want to burn alive in agony from a holiday cheer. Go electric. There is a mention that the first Christmas tree stood tall in 1510 in Riga, Latvia, which happens to be the place where I was born.
We're laughing at Griffin's shoes! Why? What's wrong with them?
I don't even know what those are. What's Teslic?
I'm not sure, but my mom says they're very popular with Latvian athletes.
Running, throwing, lifting big things. Teslic. That's all right with me, man.
Each shoe sold separate.
In neighboring Estonia, funny thing, there is an insistent claim that they had the first Christmas tree even earlier, sparking an actual feud over a Christmas tree. The peak comedy is that there is proof for neither of them, and I don't function without proof. Hey, at least it's nowhere near as gloomy as the New Year's Eve in Talca, Chile, where they don't go celebrate with friends, but with relatives. Deceased relatives. Bruh. It's called the New Year's Eve Vigil, to connect with the souls of deceased loved ones. Alright, forget it. We need a distraction. Fireworks. Let's talk fireworks. And one explosive caveat.
Not now, I'm on Twitter. And Elizabeth Warren tweets too damn much. What?
All fireworks are manufactured in...
China? China. Everything here was made in China.
Where is Tibet?
China?
When was China founded?
China?
Who is Mao?
Lifeline. China. Nobody can stop China. I mean, that's just according to the Pentagon. If you dig long enough and hard enough, China. We're falling behind.
How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Maybe it's time to take a good hard look in the mirror. Ooh. Hey, not bad.
Because fireworks are their thing.
Morning, Dwight. Who are you?
They're experts at it. They invented it and are still running the show. Now, if you spot fireworks made in not China, you're one bad decision away from becoming a failed compilation YouTuber.
Run.
Every dang time you're setting up a firework, there's always that clingy know-it-all nitwit. What's taking you so long? It's been 9 seconds already. Move over, I will do it, I know it all. You think this clingy know-it-all nitwit is a clingy know-it-all nitwit? No, that's a highly important, respected, and dignified person. Queen Elizabeth I was so impressed she even bestowed on such people the title Firework Meister. Don't even say that I'm going to the Guantanamo Bay. Let's talk about Guinness World Records, but some other time and not on my channel. How many bangs can just you and me together rob? I hope you're not a TikToker, cause that are a rob. Yo, it's more likely to get struck by lightning. Willie Sutton, Brooklyn's 1901-born bank-robbing rock star, successfully pulled off over 100 heists. Bruh. For the most brilliant criminal masterminds, robbing one takes some enormous preparation.
It's not that hard. Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
If I start naming every preventive measure, hostages, shootouts, risks. Other legendary bank robbers weren't handing out hugs. Take John Dillinger in a namesake movie brought to life by Johnny Depp. A perfectionist's paradise. I need to verify whether today's April 1st, since Willie never even swat a fly. He's basically the original Catch Me If You Can. Doorman, mailman, repairman, police officer, earning him the nickname The Actor. In Queens, he politely asks bank employees to gather in one room, assuring them he knows what he's doing. Locks them up. He hits a fantastic number of banks, gets recognized by some kiddo from the FBI's 10th most wanted list while buying a slick suit. Yes, Mom, you called it. Clothes aren't everything. Come 1945, he makes a break for it, but not far. Then pulls off 6 smooth prison escapes before he gets welcomed to a one-way maximum security prison. There, the GTA gameplay in real life prototype steals a guard's uniform and, having convinced everyone he works here, simply walks out. Bruh. Oh my orb! I found someone who could play Leonardo! Give this man to an Oscar.
Just don't drop that thing in the shower.
DiCaprio! I think my neighbor just called the police. So yeah, after robbing over 100 banks, he ended up getting away with it. When asked why he robbed banks, Willie answered, because that's where the money is, and wrote a book where the money was. Well, how does one put it? He wasn't totally off the hook. He did spend half his life behind bars. But thanks to spotless behavior, poor health, the public seeing him as a kind of Robin Hood figure who never laid a finger on anyone, sticking it to banks during the Great Depression. He got a Christmas miracle, a gift of dropping all the charges, and he landed a job in a bank. Bruh, He proved more valuable on the outside as a security consultant. I am a financial advisor. You won't bestow any money from if there are none. Meet Andrew Standard, South Africa's bank heist speedrunner. He hit dozens of banks, sometimes up to 4 in one day. Like on his lunch break, then clocking back into his side job. A police captain specialized in bank robbery, investigating his own self. Punch the pillow, only having more disguises than a costume shop. Everyone scratching their head, witnesses completely baffled. He could never have been recognized. Slipped into the US on bogus papers to immediately be gunned down by a cop. For such an intricate simulation, I've been dealt way too slow of a potato. Hasn't ever seemed to you the universe being so vast? It only seems to. In reality, your brain is freakishly overpowered. In computer terms, if it were a GPU, you'd have to rewire your house. It's just that right now, it's running on ultra settings. Ultra low, according to Stanford neuroscientist David Eagleman. The conscious you, which is the part that flickers to life when you wake up in the morning, is the smallest bit of what's happening in your head. By the time your conscious mind registers something, it is always just the last guy to get the news, and it doesn't even matter what it thinks. Check this. Say you dream of someone you don't know and never seen before. You actually have. It's just that your consciousness can't process it. Meanwhile, your brain can. Sadly, you don't have access to that powerhouse.
Then it happened. The scales fell from my eyes. Your brain is a miracle, but it's not efficient. There's a maze inside everyone's head. A labyrinth of missed connections and untapped potential. Now suddenly, I had access to every single brain cell. That guy looks familiar, doesn't he? Who are you? You know who he is. You remember a lot more than you think you do. Every experience you've ever had. Every idea that came to you in the shower and then slipped away while you were brushing your teeth, it's all there for the taking.
I know a way to bypass this barrier. Bruh. This is Austin Neighbor. He's the world champion in cup stacking. A lot of people can stack cups. Austin can do it fast. Impressive, huh? Their brain's electrical activity is being monitored through an electroencephalograph. David's brain works like a roaring sweaty lumberjack. The boy's barely showing any signs of life. Not in the sense that he walks up to the cops and needs a half-hour lecture on who he is and where he's at. Not at all. You've heard the phrase on autopilot, on an unconscious level. Here's the kicker. You already have a whole arsenal like that. Think lat moves, neck twists, arm swings. On the other end of the spectrum lies an extremely rare condition called differentiation. There are fewer than 20 people, one of which is Ian Waterman. Since the age of 19, he needs to look at every muscle, neck down, and consciously focus on directing effort to move it. There are actually video games like that, a wild take on what life would feel like if you had to micromanage every damn move.
Quote! Is this really a piano class? Listen to what I say, okay? Time to kill the power to hamstring the wobblinator. Activate your flexor discombobulatus. Inflate your lungus.
It's your mama again.
Hey, how are you? Absolutely nothing. Yes, I can. Go!
Take any sport. A ball takes just 0.4 seconds to reach the hitter. The batter's conscious mind can't process when and how to hit the ball or its trajectory. Otherwise, it'd be impossible. Only when the brain has already acted and swung on autopilot does the conscious mind catch up to realize whether you hit the ball or not. This is referred to as muscle memory. But that's a common misconception. Muscles have nothing to do with it. They don't change at all. All the changes happen in the bottomless depths of the brain, says Dr. David Eagleman. As you sharpen a skill, you're physically wiring it into the brain, laying down specific neural pathways. So your brain, not you with your consciousness, has monstrous computational power.
This mustn't register on an emotional level. First, distract target. Then block his blind jab. Counter with cross to left cheek. Discombobulate. Dazed, he'll attempt wild haymaker. Employ elbow block. And body shot. Block ferrule left. Weaken right jaw. Now fracture. Break cracked ribs. Traumatize solar plexus. Dislocate jaw entirely. Heel kick to diaphragm.
Austin had been practicing for
2 years and 10 months.
3.5 hours a day. Well, that doesn't sound that much, does it? Considering it makes you a world champion. Only that's like switching from running to a jab. Ever notice how the moment you start thinking about some important action, you mess up? Try thinking about how to not run out of things to say. That's why it's so easy to talk with one's parents, but chatting with strangers or the opposite sex can be tough. Because with one, you use your conscious mind, and with the other, your unconscious brain. Because with the parents, you already have these thousands of hours of practice. And that's why advice on how to get good at anything is always just practice. This also illustrates why ditching bad habits is so darn difficult.
You're goddamn right.
In the scientific world, there is a debate whether consciousness even has efficacy.
Unconscious state. Exactly.
Shit.
Personal record.
Russian anthropologist Stan Drobichevsky notes an important nuance. This formula also includes a component of predispositions. Take this for example. Some people really learn languages faster and easier, while others painfully slow. Such a person can be trained beyond their current abilities. Skills will emerge, but becoming an exceptional translator for them, never gonna happen. But if one practices and there is a predisposition, yo, this part goes to natural intelligences. Is the format I bootlegged with love of Russians. Expert grade for English-speaking craniums. From a show, smorgasbord of genius of a show by cerebral pyromaniacs. Utopia Show. As it's nowadays called, not stolen, but adapted. Now I've debunked even myself. I've binge rewatched it a sextillion times, donated my wallet savings, a fortune of 15.5 thousandths of $1 million to support them on Boosty. I could have bought a ton of Bitcoin and then donated. Turn your head, lean your torso, move one leg. Remember not to forget anything.